session for your paper 2, which is on Monday. And then your paper 1 comes in on the 29th of May. So today we're going to try to look at the structure of the paper 2 and how to go about answering them, as well as I have on screen here a few things I want to review with you. Basic vocabulary stuff, and this is going to come in very helpful with your direct situations and even your dialogue. So I have a bunch of like phrases we're going to review today, but first let me just go over the structure of the paper. And for your paper 2 will go for 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's important that you manage your time. Your paper 2 has 4 sections, all of which you must complete and adhere to the instruction very, very closely. Failure to follow the instruction may result in loss of marks. So your section 1 is called the directed situations, where you're going to have to be doing 10 responsive situations. All responses are in English, but your answer is in Portuguese. Remember, they're asking you for just one sentence. Do not write more. It will not be marked. Then you have section 2, which is your letter writing. All instructions are given in English. However, you must write in Portuguese. With the letter writing, everything is given as to what you need to include in your letter. How many words? Well, the word limit is between 130 to 150. You must your real name and address is not required. However, you must be able to write the date in Portuguese. I'm just going through these with you. When I'm finished going through what I have here, you guys can let me know what else if you want me to come back and touch on anything. In Portuguese, and you're given questions to answer. It's like a regular comprehension that you will do in English. The differences are your paragraph or your passages in Portuguese. However, your questions and answer will be in English. They will ask you the question in English, and you gave the answer in English as well, in complete sentence. So that's the breakdown of your paper 2. Please manage your time well, because of course, if you run out of time, you will not be able to finish the paper, and that's where you will lose your marks. So today we're going to do some Portuguese vocabulary review under various headings. So I want to start with basic stuff. Although you may know them, but I still feel that we need to review. So we have here greetings and responses in the classroom, in public places, at home. This is basic greeting, right? Everybody should know bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. That's the good morning, the good day, and good night. Then you have like, you can ask this one question, how are you, in different ways. Whichever way you know and you're accustomed to, it's okay to stick to that. But I still want you to know that there are variations. So you can say, como vai você? You can say, tudo bem? Como estão as coisas? Que tal? So these two here, como estão as coisas? Que tal? They are more informal. Right? It's more like if you're asking like things, right? How are things? So it's let me just put it here. How are you? How are things? How are things going? So it could be either one. Of course, you know, oi, hola, which is hi or hello. Okay, de novo, what's new? That's very informal. Like if you're speaking to a friend, then you can, if a response could be like muito bom, very good. You got, if somebody says they're good, you can say igualmente, same here. So these are basic greetings. Then we can go into, if you greet people, you must be able to say bid them farewell. So let's go into the farewell. So farewell in the classroom, in the home, in the street, in social situations, at airport, at the train station, wherever. Wherever you're bidding someone farewell, these are some ways in which we can do it. We can say até logo, até breve, até mais. See you later, see you soon. Everybody knows adios, which means goodbye. Vá com Deus or fique com Deus means God with you, go with God, or God be with you. So if you want to go into that aspect, yeah, you can do that. And bon voyaging is like you're saying bon voyage, like if somebody's taking a trip, somebody's going on a trip and you want to wish them well. You say bon voyaging, which means bon voyage. Have a good trip, right? So that's wishing someone that's going to be taking like a trip or a holiday. You want to wish them well. Then we're going to move down to introductions among peers, younger to older, female to male, less distinguished, more distinguished. So these are three ways in which you can use to introduce somebody. So we can start with eu quero apresentar, I want to present. So this can actually be expanded. Right, this can actually be expanded to if I want to say eu quero apresentar meu esposo, it means I want to present my husband, right? Or you can say minha, or you can say minha amiga. Eu quero apresentar minha amiga. I want to present my friend. So like you want to introduce. Now, if that's too long and drawn out for you, that's fine. You can go with a very simple one. Este é, which means this is. So you can say this is my este, this is my friend, right? This is used for introducing a male person. This is my friend, masculine, or you can say esta minha, female. This is my friend, feminine, or a female friend. So this one is a bit, shorter, probably easier to remember. This is my friend. This is my friend. Of course, this can be changed to anything, right? Este é o meu marido. This is my husband, meu esposo. Este é o meu professor, minha professora. Whoever you want to introduce. So these are three ways in which you can introduce someone. For this one here, it doesn't matter if you're introducing a masculine or feminine person, nothing changes, right? But these two will depend on the person itself. All right, so let's move on. So we have addressing persons on formal and social occasions, in public places, in the classroom, in the family, telephone conversation. So basically, just by how do you address people? Now, for Mr., you can say o senhor, or Mrs., a senhora. So that's the variation, o senhora, senhora. That's like, you know, you want to address someone like out of respect, right? Like somebody older than you, maybe a relative, maybe a teacher, somebody in the community. So you use o señor, a señora. Or if you want to go very formal with a friend, you just say them, address them by mi amigo or minha amiga. Or if you want to be more endearing, you can say querido or meu querido, my dear. Right? Somebody more you have more affection towards. So these are three ways to which you can address people on any occasion. All right. This is the formal one. This is more friendly one, and this is like affection, like you have some sort of close relation with the person. Querido is for a male, and querida for a female. Next, we're gonna go to beginning and ending of letters. Oh, I probably should have mentioned, and these can also be used as your salutation in a letter. All right, they can also be used in that part. So now here we have also beginning, we have them here again. What am I doing? We have them here again to say beginning and ending of letters from the country of the target language, the home country, vice versa. Whatever the letter is about, if it's a letter of excuse, invitation, thank you, these are some ways in which you can begin and end. So you can say prezado senor, which means dear sir, or prezada senora, dear madam. We can also say caro or cara, querido, querida. These are the beginning. These can work as a salutation, right? And then the closure, we have these here, where you have like abraço do seu amigo, a hug from your friend. Com amor, with love, or com carinho, with affection. And then you have beijos y abrazos, hugs and kisses, or kisses and hugs. Doesn't matter. Now, in your exam, you're given friendly letter to write. So it's okay if you want. You don't have to end your letter as we're on this part here. Let me just talk about that a bit. I would have done letter writing about 2 weeks back. And if it's a friendly letter, you do not need to end your letter with yours truly, yours sincerely, things like that. It's a friendly letter. It's okay to end your letter with things like con amor, with love. It's okay to put at the bottom there con carinho, with affection. It's okay to put beijos y abrazos, hugs and kisses, right? It all depends on the person you're writing to. If you're writing to someone, that you have this kind of relationship with, then yeah. So you use your own judgment based on the letter you're given. Use your own judgment, and you can choose either of these here. So beginning and ending of letters. Now let's go down. Holiday greetings, Christmas, New Year's, Easter. Now I only have these here because um, they are the more common holidays that countries celebrate together. Remember, we're doing Brazilian Portuguese, and you wouldn't find that we have a Portuguese equivalent to like Pago or Diwali or Humanabi, because those are not holidays that Brazil really observe. But these are the more common ones. So you would find that there is an equivalent greeting to this from English to Portuguese here. So we have like Merry Christmas, Feliz Natal. When we want to say Happy New Year, you say Prospero Ano Novo, and of course, Feliz Pascua, Happy Easter. We also have a few more right below here that's more common. Now, if you want to wish persons birthday greetings, or maybe there's a celebration, for example, we say Feliz aniversario, happy birthday, parabéns, congratulations. And then, of course, Feliz dia das Mães, Happy Mother's Day, and Feliz Dia dos Pais, Happy Father's Day. So we've recently celebrated Mother's Day. So this is one way we can express that. And then we have Father's Day coming up in June. So here's how we do it. In Brazilian Portuguese, Feliz Dia das Mães or Feliz Dia dos Pais. Then let's look at this one here. Now, if you're at a function and you want to give a toast, you can use two words. In Brazilian Portuguese, you'll probably hear them shout out Viva or Saúde. So these are words we use to give a toast. Now, Viva literally means alive. But when you're giving a toast at a wedding or dinner or something, and somebody shout out Viva, they're actually saying, okay, cheers to life. All right, they're saying like cheers to life. And Sauji as well. Okay, if somebody says Sauji, they're meaning like health, but they're basically saying cheers to health and happiness. So they're giving a toast or toast to health and happiness, toast to health and prosperity, those kind of things. So these are two words that we always use when giving a toast in Brazilian Portuguese. Viva, Saúde. And they always go with that exclamation mark because it's a toast. If you're giving a toast, you're not going to be quiet in a corner whispering these words. You're going to say it out loud. So the exclamation mark is important. It tells you the tone at which you're going to have to speak out these words. So we have toasts, dinners, weddings, flag raising ceremonies, state business, and so many other events. All right. Next, we're going to go to thanking, expressing gratitude, and a letter. In a letter, social situations. So some of this you are familiar with, but like I said, it's revision, so I just wanted to cover as much as I can. So we got the usual obrigado, obrigada, or muito obrigada, if you want to take it up a notch. So if you want to say obrigado, you just thank you. But if you want to add muito to it, you're saying thank you very much. Now, if somebody says muito obrigado, you can respond by saying de nada, you're welcome. Or now aqui, you're welcome. That's also, but this is a little bit more lengthy. But like I said, I want you to know that there is no one way in which you can say something. But if you're accustomed to Ginada, you know it, you stick to it, use it. If you have to. Or then you can say now for nada. It was nothing. Now we don't want to say Ginada. You can say now for nada. It was nothing. It's fine. It's okay. So this is thanking or expressing gratitude. And in your directed situation, there's always some situation where you gotta express gratitude. You gotta thank. So this is important. You would also must some way along the line you would have to apologize. So if you're apologizing at home, at school, work, public place, wherever, it's really important to know how to say that. So we can do this twist. We can say sinto muito. I'm really sorry. Or if you just want to say desculpe, sorry, or desculpas, apologies. So this is like three ways in which, but no, I know a lot of persons are already quite familiar with sinto muito. Stick to that if you know that you're comfortable, you can remember it. That's okay. If you use it to apologize, whatever the situation might be, and it warrants an apology, you just write sinto muito, and that would work. That's acceptable. Next up, we're gonna go down to expressing regret and disappointment at home, school, wherever. Right? So you can say things again. You can say like sinto muito. You can say que pena. I'm sure you know this one. Que pena, what a pity. Que lastima, what a shame. And tanto faz, whatever. Like somebody's telling you something and you don't want to really agree with them. It's like tanto faz, whatever. All right? So these are ways in which you can express regret or disappointment. Where whatever the situation might be, if it's at school, at home, at work, any social situation, maybe you step on somebody toe, maybe fell somebody, you see somebody fell down the step or the stairway, somebody has a torn dress, situation. So you can say, que pena, what a pity, or que lastima, what a shame. All right, so these are for that purpose, expressing regret and disappointment. Then we have congratulating somebody. So you want to congratulate someone who passed an exam, win a prize, maybe win game or a dance or any other activity. These are very easy, very simple. You can say parabéns para você, congratulations to you, or you can just say parabéns, which is congratulations. Parabéns para você, congratulations to you, or parabéns, or if you want to wish them all the best, you can say muitas felicidades. Like if they're about to do something, either the person's about to start a competition, about to enter a competition, or maybe an exam, what you say to them, muitas felicidades, best wishes. All right, let's move along. Then we have expressing good wishes on undertaking a venture. So yeah, it comes back to the part where if somebody's going to do an exam, somebody is probably going on a trip, a scholarship, starting college, starting a new school. You can say things like boa sorte, which is good luck. Que tudo esteja, may everything be well. Or que tudo vá bem, may everything go well. And then you can have te desejo, I want you. And then you can add on, I want you to be happy, I want you to have fun, I want you to do well. All right. But this was search is very common, and I know you would have used it on more than one occasion. So if you know that, that's fine. Right? If you want to explore and you want to try something different, you can say, que tudo esteja, may everything be well, or que tudo vá bem, may everything go well. So either one. All right, let's go on. Here we have expressing sympathy and condolences on the occasion of a death, illness, or misfortune. So let's say you have a situation where you wanna somebody's sick, somebody died, somebody had an accident, somebody lost something, and you wanna be empathic towards them. You wanna let them know that you're with them, giving your support. You can say two things. You can say os meus pesames, my condolences. Of course, that would be death. Or if you want to let you can use sinto muito to say I am sorry. If something bad has happened to someone and you just want to express your kindness towards them, yeah. So either one of these can work. And then we have calling attention. So you want to call attention out. calling attention in the home and school, street, anywhere. Right? Like you're out there, you're in public and you notice something and you want to call out to somebody to also let them know what you've seen or what's happening. So we can start off with cuidado, means careful. Let's say somebody, a kid is riding a bicycle and you just want to caution them, you can just shout out cuidado, careful. Veja, look, right? So if something is, something is about to happen, you can shout out to somebody and says, Veja, look. They're all with exclamation mark because you're calling out. You're supposed to be shouting out. Meu Deus, my God, or Nossa, wow. Olhe, look. Ouça, listen. And of course, oi, hola, hi, hello. So these are meant to have exclamation mark all the time because again, they're supposed to be shouted. They're words that wants you to like shout out them for the situation. So if you're writing and you have to use any one of these words, make sure you put your exclamation mark. It's important. Then we have expressing requests. We're almost to the end here. So expressing requests, we can say we want something by using the verb querer. And this verb here, let me just put it at the bottom. You need to be able to conjugate this verb. Probably have to go to another page. So the verb querer, which means to want, you conjugate as eu quero. Let me just start over to the next page one time. So you want to say, I want something. And this verb is going to be used in more than one situation. Express a request or inviting people. Like you say, I want you to attend my party. All right, so we have eu quero, ele, ela, quer, he, she wants. Why do I put a plus sign there? Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry. All right, so let's look at this verb here. It's useful. All verbs are useful, but in situations we need to know this. So if you want to say I want, you use eu quero. He or she wants, ele, ela quer. Or you want, você quer. We want, nós queremos. Eles, elas querem, they want, vocês querem, you all want. So if you want to express requests, you could say, eu quero, I want. Or if you want to go a little bit more softer, because if you say like I want, sounds kind of sound demanding. But if you want to go a little, tone it down a little, you can say, eu gostaria, I would like to. And then, or you can say, faça-me um favor, do me a favor. And this one here is good to add por favor at the end. Faça-me um favor, por favor. Do me a favor, please. Right? It's important when you're making requests and you're making requests for something. It's okay, or it's nice if you add the per favor to it because you want to be how should I put it? You want to be you don't want to sound very demanding. You want to be a nice tone. Then you can have tenha a bondade de, have the kindness. And then if you want to add like a question mark here, it will be, do you have the kindness to? Do you have the kindness to give me some food or buy me some food? Expression request. You see, I have por favor here. We add that at the end. And of course, inviting. Again, querer or I to want or eu gostaria, I would like to. Convidar, gostar, these are all important verbs. Let me do convidar at the bottom here. So convidar means to invite. And we say eu convido, I invite, ele, ela, he, she invites, or we have você convida, you invite. Nós convidamos, we invite, and elas convidam. And a good phrase to know is estou convidando. I am inviting. Estou convidando você. Or is, let me just scroll up. Yeah, so convidar means to invite. So to say I invite, we use eu convido. Ele, ela convida. Você convida. Nós convidamos. Eles, elas convidam. Vocês convidam. Eu estou convidando. Now, this verb also, it can come in very helpful. You are writing a letter of invitation. You can say, eu estou convidando, I'm inviting. And if you want. Now, and as we're on that, always remember if you want these ing verbs called the progressive tense, we have to write them with the verb estar. And we just add, we drop the R and add NDO. For example, you want to write eu estou escrevendo. I am writing for your, let's say, your letter. I'm writing. Any verb, if you want to say, I am opening, let's say I'm opening the letter. Eu estou abrindo. I am opening. You'll see the pattern. It's just adding NDO, dropping the R and adding NDO. So this one comes from the verb convidar. This one comes from the verb escrever. And this one comes from the verb abrir. Right? If you want, these are called the progressive tense. If it's somebody else speaking like you are, the esto changes to esta. Example, he is inviting something, right? He is inviting. Just gonna put that there. The S, of course, AO changed to LE and esto changes to esta. So I'm just gonna do up to that part. Then we come back to the top. So you have gostar to like, sinal for inconveniente, or sinal importar if it's not inconvenient, if it doesn't matter. And if you want to invite somebody and say if it's not inconvenient, can you come to my party or something, something. So these are just, I'll share this with you guys and through WhatsApp. Once I save it and put it together. Well, it's together already. So yeah, I hope this is gonna help you a little bit in your directed situations. So we're going back to the top. Anything, any questions so far? Now remember your directed situations and your letter is worth the most marks with 30 marks each, while your dialogue and your comprehension is just 20 marks each. So you have to put your best effort in all the sections, not just those two, because all the marks will be put together. All right. No question? All right, give me a second. Let me Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I had muted my mic. So yeah, I was just saying that just these are, where am I? Yeah. So here are some other direct situations. These are actually from a Spanish paper, but they follow the same format. It's just that it's now Portuguese, so we have to answer in Portuguese. And these are how the situations would come. Gonna get 10 situations. You have to answer all 10. This is your instruction. Ignore that it says Spanish and imagine that it's Portuguese. So the Portuguese paper, of course, your paper would have write in Portuguese the information required for each of the situations given below. Do not write more than one sentence for each situation. This is very important. If you write a sentence and then you put a full stop and write another one with additional information, it will not be marked. So in that one sentence, you have to say everything you want you to say. For some situations, a complete sentence may not be necessary. Like if they're telling you, about instruction or something. You're not to translate the situation. You're not to use abbreviation. And of course, do not write each answer on a different page. Now, this was a very early paper. Now, when you get your paper, you would have your situation. You would have like 3 lines for you to fill in your answer. So you don't have to get, it's not their situation will be on one page and then your answer on another page. That is why now it's hard to get like paper 2 questions, because the questions and the answers in the same booklet. So when you get your answer on your answer, when you get your booklet and you finish, you have to submit your booklet. It's not, I think some exams you have your booklet with your question, and then you have your answer sheets that you write up separating. But that's not the case with this here. So in your paper, you get it Monday, you will see after each situation, you'll have like 3 dotted lines for you to put your answer. So let's just look at, we just have like 9 minutes, 8 minutes more, so we can just go through them quickly. You will be arriving late for an activity. Send a message to the organizer giving 2 reasons for your lateness. So 2 reasons for your lateness. That is what you need to have in your response. Okay, to say that why you're late. You can have eu estou no hospital. I'm at the hospital porque eu tinha acidente. Because I had an accident. That's your reason. Reason 1, you're in the hospital. Because reason 2, because of the accident. Then you have, if you only give 1 reason, you're going to get half a mark, which is 1.5. If you give 2 reasons, you will get your full 3 marks. And here it says your friend has invited you to her party and has asked for a contribution. Write her note in which you accept the invitation and indicate your contribution. So you can say, okay, what's your contribution? I would, you can say, accept it. Oh, you accept. So you're going to say, eu vou I'm going to, eu vou estar, I'm going to be na festa, at the party. E, and eu vou trazer, I'm going to bring o bolo, the cake. And I'm going to bring the cake. Right? So the if you notice, maybe if I should probably, I'm going to have to switch screen. Let me just put at bottom here. I want to just show you something. Let me share back my screen. I want to share about this Word document here. Let me show you a smart way in which you can answer your question without losing any marks, because we won't have time to go through all the situation, but I would just want to show you. So the situation just now was your friend has invited you to her party and has asked for contribution. You write a note in which you accept the invitation, indicate your contribution. So basically like what you're going to take to the party. So you can say, Avo, if I'm going to be at the party, and eu vou trazer bolo. And I'm going to bring a cake. Now, the thing is, when you're directed situations, you have to make use of your conjunctions. Join the sentence, because this could have been two sentences. Definitely, I could have put the stop here. I'm going to be at the party. I'm going to bring a cake. That's okay. But remember, the instruction says only one sentence. So in your direct situations, you will have to make use of your conjunctions, or you may have to make use of your commas or your semicolons. Because like I said, and this was actually um, this was something that was shared with us from by markers of the exam, that this is what they do. So sometimes you can have your full answer, but if you have it in 2, 3 sentences, you won't get the mark, right? You will not get your mark. So that is why it is important to have it all in one sentence. So, all right. So, we're gonna stop here for today in this class, and I'll share a document with you, after which, you feel free to go it through. And in the syllabus, you have specimen papers, because I only have one past paper, paper 2 from 2019, and that's all I can share. But if you want to have a look, because I don't know, Portuguese papers are hard to come by. If you want to have a look at the actual paper, what it will look like then, a specimen paper, it's in the syllabus, the Portuguese syllabus, which I'm sure you guys have already. So you can go through it and see so you know what to expect. All right, so that's it for today here. And some Monday. Ciao.